You know how it is. You got your super competitive money league, you got your work league, and then you got your home league. Your boys from way back in the day who come together every year to battle it out for bragging rights and fantasy basketball supremacy. We believe every NBA fan who plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. So here we are, back like we never left on ESPN today, doing a daggone actual draft. No mock draft today. We're doing an actual draft. It starts in a couple of minutes, so I need to make sure the sound is off because once ESPN starts ringing off or Yahoo starts ringing off, then you know what it is. So here goes the draft board. Just to let you know, the guys in this league, we've been doing this league for probably, I want to say this is our 8th year, maybe going into our 9th year. So this is our 9th year. Let me see. Yeah. I think so. So it's either the 8th or the 9th. I have to add it up, but I'm wild excited. However, we do have a couple of people in the league who are like on the verge. Some people are like losing patience, like, come on. But you know how it is with your boys. You got some people in the league who maybe are less active than others. In this league, though, there's a couple of snipers. My man, Boss Man, who has been on the show before, like Bill the Boss Man is no joke, right? AKA the Professor. He has the first pick. Then we got Fearless Knight, who has been a champion. No joke. Team Bong Bong, he got to get it together. He's slacking. I just texted him. I was like, yo, we drafting tonight, right? He's like, where we go? All right, man, get your stuff together. Then we got Game Timers. I don't even know who the heck that is. Somebody seemed to have changed their name. Kobe-Wan Kenobi, no joke. Like, that young man he's trying to get his first championship. Team Shown Up is a former champion. Brooklyn No Heroes, someone who was very active at one point. His career is taking off now. He's not as available. Then we have Team Grammy, who I don't know if he won a championship here, but he's definitely competed at the highest level, made the playoffs a bunch. And GOAT, I don't know who GOAT is. I have to look. I think someone changed their name. So the first player is off the board. We got Nikola Jokic off the board with the first pick. That is not a surprise. This is a 10-team points league. 10-team points league for my home league. So again, these guys I've been drafting with for years, playing with for years. We come together every year for this, which is always really cool, right? When you have a group of guys, not like some of the more competitive leagues that I'm in, money leagues, all of that stuff. It's a different vibe, but definitely where it all started. So I'm really excited to share this with you. I think we did share one of our drafts maybe a year or two ago, but the channel wasn't doing what it's doing now, and we didn't build a community that we have now. So I'm excited to share it with the community. So the second pick is the Fearless Knight. He should be here. It looks like he might be auto drafted. Is he auto drafting? Somebody text this man. Lord, give me the strength, please. What's happening? Oh my God, I might have to text him in real time. He's in Cali. No, he joined the draft. He's thinking he's gonna draft Luka. Come on, man. Come on, Teal. You're gonna draft Luka. Don't do this to us because this is gonna be a long draft. He drafted Giannis. Wow, that caught me off guard a little bit. Yeah, I was a little shocked by that. So we got the 2-minute timer. We shouldn't have did that. Our Commissioner Bill, oh no, this is going to be brutal, y'all. One note to all of my commissioners out there, wherever you're drafting, if you're drafting on Fantrax, if you're drafting on Yahoo, if you're drafting on ESPN, do not have the 2-minute timer, yo. It's brutal, man. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing out here in these streets? It's vicious. Good thing I got some daggone ad reads to do and stuff like that because this joint, oh my God. Well, the good news is if Team Bong Bong does do an auto draft pick, it'll automatically default to auto pick for him moving forward. So that's good news, I guess. But man, oh man. So back to my man, the Fearless Knights picks. He grabbed Giannis here at the second pick. And I think that because Giannis's value, because of Giannis's value being minimized in category leagues that a lot of people in points leagues are doing the same thing, like kind of looking at Giannis like he's not that guy anymore. So I don't know if I would have grabbed him at the with the 2 pick, but I do think he has value in a points league, and I would look at him in the top 5 definitely. I don't know if I would have took him before Luka though. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? If you're joining us live, I'm the defending champion for this league, so it would be really dope if you guys had some suggestions for me for my pick. I'd be open to taking some suggestions if you're live in the chat. Please don't hesitate to reach out there. So in about 10 seconds, Team Bong Bong is going to put us out of our long-legged misery by doing his auto pick. Like, I'm shaking my head. And he grabs Luka. Whippity do. Who would have thought? Like who would have thought at the 3rd pick you auto draft and then you get Luka? I can't with this, man. I cannot with this. Oh, I think Game Timers is my man Mel. Mel is new to our league. He's not one of the founding members. Or that might be Trey. Trey might be GOAT. No, Trey is GOAT. Trey is GOAT. I think he won a championship a couple of years ago, and you can't tell him nothing because he had been away from the league. You know how it is. He was away from the league a couple of years, having a baby, living life. And then, we hit him up like, yo, we need a replacement. Do you want to come back? He came back, and in that year, he won a championship. You can't tell him nothing. Like Kanye, you can't tell him nothing. Whoa, you got it made. So Game Timers, let's go. I believe that's my man Mel. Again, people be changing their names out here in these fantasy streets, so I cannot keep up with what guys are doing and who guys are representing. You know what I'm saying? But I know once we get to another pick, I'm going to quickly see if I can jump in and share some information about the sponsor of today's show. Game Timer is going right to the wire. He got Jason Tatum on the board. He got Joel. He got SGA. You got the pick, your pick of the litter, my guy. Anthony Edwards is here. Tyrese Halliburton. It's worth noting that that Anthony Edwards, check this out. Anthony Edwards is all the way up to number 7 on the player projections for ESPN. That is wild. That's wild to me. Oh, we got another auto draft. Oh my God, you guys are blowing me up here, man. Oh, that's Fari. I think that might be Fari, maybe. He's slacking. Man, Kobe Wan Kenobi played no games and snatched Embiid with the quickiness. He grabbed him with the quickness. So big up my man Joshin is in the building. Team Kobe Wan Kenobi, he not playing no games, He grabbed Joel with the quickness. And then we got Team Shonuff. Now, I would say this about Team Shonuff. He has won a championship. Maybe he won, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. He stole some championship from me somehow. It was wild. I think that year, like some of the other guys in the league were like feeding him information like, yo, you need to pick up this guy. They wanted me to lose so bad. They was like texting him like, yo, actually, I think you should play this one. So he won him a championship. And that's all like, that's speculation. That's me speculating there. But I know for sure that he does some zany stuff. So he's going to do something wild here. He's not going to take SGA. He's not going to take Tyrese Halliburton. He might do something wild, like reach, which actually wouldn't be much of something too shocking for me, but he's definitely going to reach for somebody according to these projections. So he might grab LeBron. KD would be okay. I might grab KD. Like, I'm okay with that. Not going to grab Jordan Poole where he is, but would be open to grabbing someone like KD. I might get KD on my 2nd pick. But Team Shonuff is going to shake things up and do something wild. Let me get a sip. Of this drink. Keep my voice nice and fresh for y'all. By the way, I wanted to introduce you. We got a brand new mic up in here. I didn't know if you guys noticed it, but we changed it up. We got a brand new mic. You know what I'm saying? My producer suggested a microphone that doesn't pick up as much stuff in the room. So this is the first go round for this mic. So let me know what you think. And also, if you want to help me name this bad boy, I would like to have some kind of basketball related name. Let me know in the comments. So it looks like we had our pick. He grabbed Tyrese. Listen, hey, people evolve. People absolutely evolve, man. So, like, that is a solid pick. I'm impressed by the former champion grabbing Tyrese Halliburton there with the 6th pick in the first round in a points league. I'm not mad at that, like, at all. Now, for me, although I am on the record being exceptionally high on Anthony Edwards, I am not drafting him in the first round. I would rather grab LaMelo here. I would rather grab KD here. I would rather grab. That's kind of it. I'd be interested in Sabonis maybe in the second round. I'd be interested in Curry as well. I'm not as high on Curry as others, but right now I'm hoping that SGA falls to me. If SGA doesn't fall to me, I'm going to be targeting LaMelo and hopefully Durant. So I'm hoping that guys are not watching my live stream right now. Chances are some of them might be. That's okay. It's a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? And I put it out there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you got to do is, like, pull up to the show and you can get all the nuggets. So if you are facing me, you can use them to your advantage. But knowing my guys, they're locked in right now. Nobody's, like, looking at YouTube. They're, like, looking at their phones, trying to see if they can steal my championship. So defending champ is up in here, like, in public, openly sharing the nuggets. I'm not playing no games. So Brooklyn No Heroes is up, and he grabs SGA. Gosh darn it. Now Team Grammy is up. Team Grammy, I saw him in the draft room. I don't think he's going to grab Anthony Edwards, but if he does, that is okay with me. I am going for LaMelo Ball here. I'm going to grab LaMelo Ball, and on the turn, I'm going to try. He grabbed him. Okay, cool. I'm totally fine with that. So I'm going to grab my LaMelo here. And then on the turn, I'm going to try to get KD. So if I could get KD on the turn, then I'm going to feel really good about coming out of these first 2 rounds while I sit back in the cut. Now, Sabonis is somebody I'm interested in, but I'm not interested in him more than I'm interested in Kevin Durant. People are sleeping on KD this year. I get it. We have Bradley Beal coming to town. But he has proven and shown over the years, despite being paired with a legit star, whether it was being paired with Harden, being paired with Kyrie, being paired with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Russell Westbrook. It doesn't matter who the man is, like, partnered up with. He gonna put up his numbers. So if I get him with the 12th pick in a 10-man league, 2nd pick in the 2nd round, like, I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. I have no issues with that. Now, the only people that I would consider taking over him right here would likely be Sabonis, maybe Kyrie. I'm interested in Kyrie. And I know I talk a lot of junk about Anthony Davis and his injury risk and stuff. He's somebody I would be looking at if I can get him in the 2nd round. Like, I'm not mad at that. I can't front on that. He's a first round. Like, he literally was one of the top 3 players in fantasy basketball on a per game basis when he was healthy last year. But the issue is he ain't healthy. He don't be playing. He be hurt, like, all of the time. Like, it's literally like it punishes you as a fantasy manager to have him. So let me get back to the recap real quick because I'm about to pick again. After Halliburton, we had SGA. Then Anthony Edwards went with the 8th pick. Love it. LaMelo Ball. That's early for Edwards, but I love that people believe. LaMelo Ball with the 9th pick. That was my pick. And then Devin Booker goes with the last pick in the 1st round. Like that he is in that conversation. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I like Durant better than him there. But, hey, like, Booker dropped 71 in the game before. Come on, man. I believe it was 71. It might have been 70. But Lillard also dropped 70-something in the game. Come on, man. We got to get with the program. So this The GOAT, who I think is my man Trey, he had back-to-back picks. So he's probably going to grab Dame, Trey, or Curry. He probably going to draft Curry. Like, let's see. So he's thinking about it right now. He just got a shooting guard. And that's the thing. A lot of people have been messaging me, yo, when is ESPN going to? Oh, he grabbed Karl Anthony Towns. I love that. Look at your man. Your man went off. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. I think that's early for Cat. If you would have asked me maybe back in I guess the summer when I first started doing mock drafts, I would probably take him in the end of the second. I wouldn't take him with the first pick in the second though. But I'll take KD. I just drafted KD. Let's do the recap. After Booker went with the 10th pick in the first round, we had at the top of the second, Karl Anthony Towns, which many would consider a reach. But let's be honest about Cat, y'all. I got to go big screen for this one, y'all. Yo, big shout out to my man, the GOAT, because the thing, and I wrote an article about this. The thing about Karl Anthony Towns is that Karl Anthony Towns had his worst season of his career statistically last year. The worst season ever. Every year before that, double machine, 20 and 10. Come on, man. Like, for real, for real. So if, in fact, he does get back to that, like, first-round value or first-round production that he has been known for and has pretty much history has shown that that's who he is, then it's going to be worth the pick. So I say for my man GOAT, the top is off. The boobies is out. Hair blowing in the wind. Convertible. I'm just saying. It's a risky pick, but I like that. So Team Grammy is over here. He's in the draft room because it's taking a long time. He's looking at, man, y'all better not let Sabonis fall back down. Like, for real, for real. We got a couple of auto drafters, which is all to the good. We understand guys have busy lives. We've been talking about this for weeks, but it's all to the good. So we had Damian Lillard go off the board with the third pick in the second round. Then we had Sabonis. I love that pick. That's so much value for Sabonis. Now, some of these big names are going to start flying off the board. Your Trae Youngs, your Currys. They're going to start flying off the board. And the next back-to-back is Boss Man. Watch Boss Man. Watch him cook because he is one of the most fierce competitors that I've had over the years. We go back and forth, you know what I'm saying, blow for blow when it comes to these daggone fantasy drafts. So I'm happy to see him here in the building with us. And speaking about Sabonis, I think for a points league, I saw somebody, I did a mock the other day in a 12-team mock draft, and somebody grabbed him in the middle of the first round, which for me looked like, whoa, like, what are you doing? But if you think about his game is so fantasy friendly when it comes to points leagues. Like Sabonis, like, if you think about it, of course we know he's a double-double machine, but he pours in some assists as well. And his dad was one of the best passing bigs in NBA history, Arvydas Sabonis. Like, he was no to the joke. So it's in his blood. The apple don't fall far from the tree, y'all. I've been on the record talking about that. So you got to really know him going to Sacramento, him being in a system where it's a young core trying to really create an identity for themselves in a loaded West. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting that his running partner, De'Aaron Fox, is off the board. People are farting all over Trae Young, yo. They drafted De'Aaron Fox, and that's my man showing up that I was talking about. So Kobe Kenobi, he's happy. He's jumping up and down. He grabs Trae Young. So we got, after Lillard, we had Sabonis, we had Fox, we have Young, we have Curry. And now we got Team Bong Bong. I know they not. Oh, heck to the no. I know it's not about to do this whole thing again. This is about to be, like, brutal. Man, I know he not. Come on, man. Did you pull up? He pulled up. So he's here. Bong Bong, thank you so much, bro. Let's see what you got. After Trae Young, we have Steph Curry off the board. I love that pick. And like I said, the Steph Curry, the Trae Young, it'll be like a domino effect. If they fall this far, somebody's gonna be like, "Are you tripping? I'm gonna grab them." So I can't even think about where or who I'm gonna be picking because I'm not up for looks like about 11 picks. I'm picking 29th, so my third round pick is gonna be coming at the back bottom of the third, which is it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly love drafting with a late pick. I think it's really cool, especially if it's like that last pick. Like if you're in a 12 teamer, like the 12th pick, ooh, you get that back to back. And then I also like drafting at the top. If I get the first pick, and I just really like the idea of having back to back picks. It just really gives me a really positive experience in terms of like eyeing out who you want and almost like having the pick that you want, you know what I'm saying, in those two rounds. So we'll see what happens for my next pick, but I know that most of the top tier talent might be off the board. Somebody like, and I'm not going to say his name because this guy I can't afford to lose. So the guy I'm going for next is way down in the like 40s. He's in the 50s, 60s. He's down there. I'm not going to say he's down there, right? If somebody reaches and grabs him, I'm going to know that they've been watching and listening to what I'm doing because that's my guy. And I'm going for my guy next. I don't know if he's going to make it back to me, and I know if anybody's going to take him, is the man who's up right now with back-to-back picks. It's the man who's up with back-to-back picks. Lord, give me the strength. Please don't take him. Please don't take him. Come on, Bill, the professor, the boss man. Don't do it, man. Go ahead and take marketing, take Irving, take Anthony Davis, take Adebayo. Take him. Take Zion. Take Jimmy Butler. Take anybody. Take Victor. Somebody take Victor. Get Victor out of here, yo. Get Victor out of here. I want him out of here. Like, he got to go. Get him. Take Victor Wembanyama off our hands. Do not mess with my guy. Get Victor Wembanyama. I'm praying to the fantasy guys. Can I do fantasy guys? Please don't let this man draft the guy that I'm looking at. Like, we know he needs to take Victor Wembanyama, so let him take Victor Wembanyama. Let him take Ja Morant. Let him take Zion Williamson. Don't take my guy. Don't take my guy. I'm just saying. Let's take a look and see what he did. Oh, did he do it? He took Jalen Brunson. Not my guy. That's good for me. I'm okay with that. Hey, boss man, take another New York player. Take Randall. Like, let's get some stacking going on. He grabs Anthony Davis. Ooh, I love it. Man, doesn't Jalen Brunson sound like a doctor's name? So he could be AD's like doctor or his like physical therapist. Like when he gets injured, you can have Jalen Brunson join him. Thanks a lot, Professor. Appreciate you. I don't think anyone else in the draft, with the exception of the Fearless Knight, who is up right now with one pick, maybe Kobe Kenobi. Those are the two guys that I would think might take my guy. They might take my guy. But I'm telling you, if he's out there, I'm crafting my favorite first 3 rounds for a 10-team league, arguably in fantasy basketball history. In my entire journey of fantasy basketball, I don't think I would have put together a first 3 rounds that would bring me as much joy as this would bring me if I could secure this guy with my third pick. If you have an idea of who you think the person is, please drop it in the chat. If you think you know who I'm talking about, drop it in the chat. David Vega, what's up? He said, what's good, man? What's the squad looking like so far? The squad is looking tight. If I can get this guy in the 3rd round. Dave, let me know if you think who I'm talking about. Put it in the chat. Jack, head-to-head. This is a points league, Jack. Let me know in the chat if you guys know who the heck I'm talking about right now. So with the 10th pick in the 2nd round, Jalen Brunson was off the board. Not my guy. Anthony Davis, not drafting him. Laurie Marketing, like him, but at this point of the draft, not for me. Not my kind of guy. Not my cup of tea. I'm just not into that at all. At all, at all, at all. So we still got Laurie Marketing off the board, and Team Bong Bong, who just joined us. He's the league mate that I was talking about, that we had to text him like, yo, where are you? He's like, oh, where do we go? Where do we draft? What's happening? All right, cool. Let's see what you do now. Do something crazy. Do something crazy. Go ahead and draft Zion right now. Let me see what you're going to do, Team Bong Bong. Grab you some Zion right now. That's what I need to see. I need to see it, and I need to see it now. And the pick is up. He grabs LeBron James. Listen, people are sleeping on LeBron. They think LeBron gonna get injured. And my man Kobe-Wan Kenobi drafts Kyrie Irving. So we got Laurie Marketing, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. Now, Mikal Bridges is off the board. It's looking good that I'm gonna get my guy. And I don't think people are really thinking about my guy right now. And many would argue that I'm reaching for my guy right now. But I just know what I want for my team. And I got 2 picks that are pretty much in decent proximity to one another. I pick 29th, and then I'm back up 32nd. So let me get locked in with regard to my second pick, because chances are my guy's going to fall to me. And if he falls to me, I want to make sure that I am in a good place in terms of my second pick. So let me look around. I would be looking at, I'm not drafting Jordan Poole with the 22nd pick. That's crazy to me. That trips me out. But people think, and you know, a lot of fantasy analysts have him high, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it, but I'm not going there. I would look at Bam Adebayo with my next pick. I would look at, man, I don't want to take Victor at all. I would look at Jaren Jackson maybe. Man, and James Harden is going to be some value, man. If he plays, he's going to be some value, boy, for somebody. It's just a headache I don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's just a headache that I would rather be without. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do right here, and it's going to be, ooh, man. If nobody takes Bam, I might have to take Bam, man. I might have to take Bam. It might be Bam or Randall, because I really don't draft Randall. But Randall puts up numbers for a points league. Like, you cannot even front on that man. He drops buckets for a points league. But I know the guys that I want on my team. I'm not looking at Victor Wembanyama. I don't want the headache of James Harden. So if I can get these 2 players here, even though I believe it's a reach here in these projections that ESPN have laid out, I do believe for my rankings, which I don't have handy. I'm not like drafting with my rankings right now because I'm doing a live stream, and I don't like, this would be too much for me. And again, like, I'm really confident that I'll do well in the league, so I'm not stressing over it. So this is kind of one of those drafts. I feel like I could do it like with my eyes closed, like I know what to do here. However, it's worth noting that, you know, leaving some of these players on the board it can be a questionable decision. So Bam Adebayo's off the board, so that makes me feel a little better. I would not draft Jimmy Butler here. Siakam I don't like here. I like DeRozan here, but not drafting him. Zion is a headache I don't want. Darius Garland, I would draft him here. Randall, I would draft him here. If you could get Victor at the bottom of the 3rd, like I have a chance to do, that's somebody I would be interested in as well. Kawhi I would stay away from. Harden, I don't want the headache. Spencer Dinwiddie, way too high. Scotty Barnes, I think, is a little overrated. The guy I'm looking at right now is right here. It's Cade Cunningham. It's always been Cade Cunningham. It will always be Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is going to be a first-round player in points leagues and quite possibly in category leagues this season. Mark my words, he will be in the top 12 for fantasy production. I'm drafting Cade Cunningham. Ooh, that feels good. Ooh, that feels good. Man, I'm happy. Good God almighty, Jesus. The fantasy go. Look, David Vega says, Cat or Cade. You already know my guy. Cat, somebody drafted Cat in the 2nd round. Watch out now. So now I'm up. I got to kind of get my mind right now. So now Victor falling to me in the 4th round is like, come on, are you going to take Victor? And I'm just like, I'm too concerned about all of the risks that come along with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to rest? Is he going to sit back to backs? So for me, because of that, that's another headache. Again, a headache I don't want. Jaren Jackson Jr. is somebody that will provide that consistency for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm really high on him, but not as high on him as I am on the guy that I'm looking at, which is another person that I'm going to reach for. But I know if I wait on it, he won't come back around. Guys, I'm drafting Evan Mobley. Come on, man. Come on, man. So we started with LaMelo Ball, first round. Second round, I grabbed KD. Third round, I grabbed Cade Cunningham. And fourth round, I grabbed Mobley. I'm feeling really good about my team so far. Some people that I'm a little sad that I passed on. Kind of sad that I passed on DeRozan. I really like DeRozan. Kind of sad I passed on Garland. Kind of sad I passed on Randall. Jaren Jackson Jr. No interest in Brandon Ingram this season with all of the injury concerns. No interest in Leonard. No interest in Wembanyama where he's going. Harden, as much value as he's going to provide to somebody somewhere, I just don't have time for the headache. So I'm okay with not having Harden. Yeah, and that's it. That, like, Desmond Bane maybe is another one that I would be interested in drafting, but there's going to be tons of opportunity in these next few rounds to get some other guys. So let's get back to the recap. After Kyrie Irving, with the fourth pick in the third round, we have Mikal Bridges. Then we have Paolo Banchero. Then we have Jordan Poole. Then we have Bam Adebayo. And I grabbed Cade Cunningham, which according to these projections are a reach, but according to my projections is right on target. He's in the 30s, I believe. I think I have him at 32 or 33. And then we have Pascal Siakam, who dropped and fell, but somebody grabbed him up. Jaylen Brown, and I reached for Evan Mobley according to these rankings. I'm fine with that. Zion Williamson and DeMar DeRozan is off the board. So that's kind of where we are right now. Feeling really good about everything. And now I want to just take time to talk to you guys about our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by BetOnline. Football is back, and BetOnline is your number one information source for all sports wagering info with all the up-to-the-minute stats, news, scores, and matchup breakdowns. Get the latest game odds, spreads, and totals from the NFL and college football at your fingertips with BetOnline's real-time updates on statistics, news, and odds. From week 1 all the way to the college football playoff and Super Bowl, BetOnline gives you access to the best football promotions and contests available anywhere online. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Remember, use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Come on, man. You already know. Come on, man. David Vega's in the building. Jack is still in the building. Come on, man. We got people live with us. Come on, man. This is how we do. So let's get back to the recap. Team Grammy grabs Zion Williamson. Oh, my goodness. I don't give a Shih Tzu puppy what's going down. I'm out on Zion because I don't need the headache. Listen. In Dynasty, if you playing in Dynasty, I would look at Zion. I'm all about Zion in Dynasty. But when it comes to like redraft leagues, I am all the way not really rocking with your boy. And I think he's one of the most talented guys in the league, like 26-10. Like he's no joke. For fantasy, real life, the works. But he just got too much. And until I see it for a full season all the way, I'm out. After Zion, we had DeMar DeRozan. Love that pick. Jimmy Butler. Heck to the nah. I am out on Jimmy Butler. You ask why? It's not about him trying to sell $100 cups of coffee. It's not about him having a My Chemical Romance haircut. It's not about him, you know what I'm saying, like resting a whole bunch of games. You know, it's not about him sitting out. He's one of my favorite players in real life. For fantasy, though, I just can't. Like, I can't, again, another player, I don't want the headache. And you could look at his active games, the games that he played, and I think he played like 60-something games, 50-something games here and there. Like, people miss games. I get that. It's just the fact that it just could happen at any time. It's not like he gets injured and it's like, oh, Jimmy got injured, guys. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. It'd be wild stuff. It'd just be like healthy, healthy. Oh, Jimmy's out, like, a sickness. All right, I'm out. Julius Randle, yes. Vucevic, yes. Garland, yes. Desmond Bane, yes. Man. And Victor Wembanyama is still on the board. People in my league, people in my home league is out on Victor Wembanyama. Now, if he fall down to the fifth, come on, man. Like, what am I gonna do? If he falls all the way down, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't just like sit there. It's like you get offered free concert tickets to the Bad Boy reunion. The Lox is gonna be there. Diddy's gonna be there. They're gonna have the hologram of Biggie and Black Rob there. Like, they give you the tickets for free. You gonna go? Would I buy the tickets for the Bad Boy reunion with Biggie on the daggone hologram and Black Rob on the hologram and Craig Mack on the hologram? I'm not buying those tickets. But if somebody lay it out there and say, hey, we got it, fifth round, like, what you gonna do? I'm drafting Victor Wembanyama. So y'all let him keep dropping. He gonna drop right onto my roster. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Excuse the random 90s hip-hop reference. So back to the recap. We had Desmond Bane, James Harden off the board in the fourth round by the boss man. He is taking a risk, but I love it. Kawhi Leonard off the board. Oh, man, I'm not doing that, Professor. That offsets Harden for me because listen, I've been on the hilltop about not drafting Kawhi Leonard. And I do it every year, and people are always like, oh, no, per game, he's amazing. He's like, come on, man. Like, it's Kawhi Leonard. He's one of the most elite players in fantasy basketball and in real life basketball. He's that guy. And you know what? For real life, he's no joke. He's a real good player. Two-time champion, finals MVP. Like, I understand all of that. But the fact of the matter is, I've been burnt too many times. It's personal, yo. Like, it's personal. I'm not drafting him because I've been burnt by him too many times. So I advise to my community, stay away from him. Unless you get super, super value and you're okay with taking the risk with the super, super value, then stay away from him. Because for me, like, I'm not drafting him at all. If he fell to the 12th round, I'd probably pass on him just because I've been burned so many times. And the fact of the matter is, I have been right about him every year. Now, some people will argue that this last season, he played towards the end of the season or whatever it was. Played a little bit. All right, but he was also out. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at per game value, yes, he has some value in terms of where he's going in drafts. But for me, I just been burned too many times, and I just don't want the headache. Let's go back to the recap. After Kawhi Leonard, we have Paul George, partners in crime there in LA. Victor Wembanyama off the board. All right, Team Bong Bong. I see you, my guy. All right, Team Bong Bong. I see you, my guy. Jaren Jackson Jr. Whoa, man, that's value for Jaren Jackson Jr. Somebody cleaned up. Brandon Ingram. Heck to the no. I was high on Brandon Ingram. It was one of my community members was like, yo, your man missed 50-something, or, only played so many games last year. I don't know the exact count, but I was like, oh, like, I'm not okay with that. Alfred Şengün, Spencer Dinwiddie. I like Spencer Dinwiddie. Or as my man, where's he at? My man, Ken Rock in the building, he called him Spencer Dinwiddle at one of our events when he came to speak to the kids. Sorry to air you out like that, my guy, but that was funny. Jamal Murray off the board from Team Grammy, who called Spencer Dinwiddie Spencer Dinwiddle. Lord, give me the strength. So I'm on the clock. Let me get focused. So let me see what we got here. Oh, Walker Kessler's looking me in my eye. He's looking at me, man. He's looking at me, man. Also, Jared Allen's looking at me, man. Looking at me, man. Let me see if it's anybody I'm not thinking about that is down here. Ooh, Chet Holmgren, boy. Like, listen. Man, listen. So let's do this. I'm going to grab Chet first, and then I'm going to grab one of those two. I'm going to grab one of those two centers because I don't think the next guy up is going to grab both of them. I'm going to grab Chet now because I know that he won't come back around. So I got to grab one of these two picks. And then I'm feeling like my squad is very young. So later in the later rounds, I can maybe grab some more veterans. But that means I would have Mobley, Cunningham, Ball, home. I'm looking like I'm drafting a daggone dynasty team right now. So I gotta get Chet. If Chet is here, I gotta get Chet. I'm sorry. I must. He's my Victor Wembanyama. Come home. Come home, Chet. So I know that my guy, the GOAT, is not gonna take both um Kessler and Allen. I'm also somewhat interested in Porzingis, like kind of, I don't know if he'll do what he did. I don't know if he'll stay healthy, but I have some interest in Kristaps Porzingis as well. So I would be looking at Porzingis, Kessler, or Allen. I already have Mobley, so maybe Allen wouldn't be the move. And I just feel like I'll get way more fantasy points from a healthy and engaged Porzingis maybe than Kessler. I don't know, man. If I get Kessler, it's like all of the guys that I've been hyping up and talking about. It's like I'm getting like up the perfect roster. So like as much as I love Porzingis, I know that Kessler, with his ability to get blocks, with his ability to get rebounds, he's not a big time scorer, but he will give you a 9 point average. I think he averaged 9 points a game last year, 10 rebounds, and I think 2 or 3 blocks. So he's almost like a poor man's Jaren Jackson or a poor man's Nick Claxton. Well, actually, Nick Claxton might still be around here. I might be able to get him on the turn. Yeah, let me grab me some Kessler here, man, because I'm like, I got to practice what I preach, y'all, because I like Porzingis, but like, he had a great pinnacle year last year. Kessler is ascending. I don't think they're gonna like snub him on minutes. He played about 20 something minutes last year. If he gets like 5 more minutes, if he's doing like 27, 28 minutes a game, I think that he's gonna return his value. So I'm gonna draft Walker Kessler. Okay, so let's get back to the recap. We have um, after Victor Wembanyama, we had Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Ingram, Alfred Şengün, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jamal Murray. I grabbed Chet Holmgren, John Morant, Josh Giddey, and then I grabbed Walker Kessler. So I'll be sitting tight for a while. I'm going to start filling out my queue now because it's about to get really, really hectic down here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw. I don't have any threes right now, and you know, ESPN hasn't updated their, positions. Like they haven't given people multiple positions, which is killing us in the whole community. Like we're like mad about it. Like, what are you doing? But I'm gonna go ahead and fill out my queue. So I'm gonna go with Zach Levine. I'll be interested in Porzingis. I'll be interested in Van Vliet. I'll be interested in Jarrett Allen, Chris Middleton. I'd be interested in Scoot. Also be interested in maybe Bradley Beal, Jalen Williams, Jakob Pertl. Um, Definitely interested in Rudy Gobert. Definitely Franz Wagner. Oh my God, that's my guy. I love me some Franz Wagner. Rudy Gobert, I'd be interested in. I'm not crazy about Wiggins or Harris. I'll pass there. Nick Claxton, love it. Oh, John Collins, looking at him. OG Anunoby. Oh my God, love that, love that, love that. Terry Rozier, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Chris Paul, yes, at 97, I'll be okay with that. Dan Gafford, okay with that. Jeremy Grant, actually I'll stay away from Jeremy Grant just because I don't know if they're gonna trade that Joker. Derek White, I would have been super high on before the arrival of Drew Holiday, but I'm kind of out on him right now. Brandon Miller, I'd be interested in. Mark Williams, I would be. Onyeka Okongwu, I have some interest there. Jabari Smith Jr. as well. Devin Vassell, absolutely. So interested in to see like him being the number two to Victor Wembanyama out in San Antonio. Markel Fultz, have some interest there. Amen Thompson, definitely interested there. Oh my God, Ben Simmons. I might reach for Ben Simmons, y'all. Ben Simmons was a little cocky in his interview the other day. So Tariq Eason, another guy I'll be looking at for late rounds. Miles Bridges. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me get Tariq Eason a little later. Oh my God, Miles Bridges, man, I hope I can grab him. Hope I can grab him. Asar Thompson, be interested in. If I can get both of the Thompson twins, that'll make me feel like I am Overtime Elite's #1 fan. My son is a big Overtime Elite fan. You know, we be pulling up to the daggone arena and just like staring at it. He got like basketball dreams. So we're gonna go to some games this season. I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'm gonna get to the recap in a minute. I just want to fill out this queue fully. After Asar Thompson, we're looking at it's scary hours down here, man. It's scary hours down here. It don't look good at this point in the draft. It gets a little icky and sticky down here, yo. Like straight up, it's not for like weak-minded individuals. You got to really be strong. Gary Trent Jr. I'll throw him in the queue. Threw up in my mouth a little bit saying that, but whatevs. Uh, Taylor Hendricks from Utah have some interest in him. You know, I don't know if they're gonna play him with Kessler or if he's gonna be on the second team. Zach Collins, oh my gosh, Zach Collins could provide so much value this year. Like people sleep on him. He is a deal down here, like straight up. Yeah, and I think from there, I think I'm queued out. I think I don't want to put any more people in my queue. It just don't make me feel good. So after after I drafted Kessler, we had Zach LaVine off the board, Tyrese Maxey, Bradley Beal, Scotty Barnes, Kyle Kuzma, CJ McCollum, and Fred VanVleet. I think that's tons of value for Freddie. To grab Fred VanVleet in the 6th round, man, he's going to return that value. I think that was a really, really good pickup. I think DeAndre Ayton, too, is somebody you want to look at. I don't have him queued up just because I'm not a DeAndre Ayton guy, but I think whoever grabs him, they're going to get some value from him. Um, so we'll see what happens. And also Westbrook. I'm gonna stop dissing Westbrook. I think Westbrook, he could offer some value as well. You know what I'm saying? Like people try to fart all over Russell Westbrook's legacy, man. That's one thing that kills me. Like, yo, this man was averaging a triple double, y'all. Like people be really out here talking greasy about Russell Westbrook like he's garbage, like he's a bum. He's not. Like he's literally one of the best players we've seen in this generation. Guys get older, guys are just not as, athletically, explosive or whatever it is, especially if they relied on their athleticism to like get their production. Like the games change, their game changes, but he can still provide tons of value. So don't sleep on your man Russell Westbrook. I'm just saying we gotta let that narrative go that Russell Westbrook is a bum. Like, yes, he's going 70th according to ESPN here in their projections, but it's Russell freaking Westbrook. You're going to get some assists. You're going to get some points. You're going to get some rebounds. It's fantasy basketball. He doesn't need to be like the MVP. He just needs to give you buckets, assists, and rebounds. So what are we doing? We sleeping on him for what? Look at the people who are around him. It's crazy. Who we got? We got D'Angelo Russell. Come on, man. Like, really? Tyus Jones. Come on, man. He was good as a starter when Ja Morant was out. He ain't never had his own team. Come on. Anthony Simons, Tyler Hero, Clint Capella. All of these guys, we got in the same conversation as Westbrook in fantasy. I'm not drafting him, but you should. I'm joking. I might actually draft him. Let's see what we got. Back to the recap. After Fred VanVleet, we got Drew Holiday. Love that pick. Kristaps Porzingis. Ooh, the value is oozing. The value is oozing out of the computer screen, yo. Like, that is crazy. I'm going to look at the professor's team. Boss man, a.k.a. Professor, you are having one heck of a draft. It seems like he's waiting. He's like, waiting for like gold bricks to fall off a daggone, armored truck. That's what his draft has been. He's just like, value is falling off the truck, and he's there to just catch it with some daggone OBJ wide receiver gloves. Come on, man. Miles Turner off the board. Value. Trey Jones, maybe. DeAndre Ayton, yes. Austin Reeves, maybe. It doesn't look like Jared Allen is going to fall to me, guys. Doesn't look like Jared Allen's going to fall to me. Nope. There he goes. He's gone. So I got Middleton. I got Henderson, I'm looking at. I got Franz Wagner. I might have to just go for Wagner, y'all. I just got to keep it funky. I just got to keep it all the way funky. I don't got no small forwards yet. Well, I do have a small forward. I don't have no shooting guards yet. Ooh, this is good, man. Franz Wagner, Chris Middleton, Scoot Henderson. Man, I cannot draft a daggone I can't draft a dynasty team right now, right? So I gotta look, gotta think about this. But Franz Wagner is looking me in the daggone face, man. Scoot Henderson, there's no telling what he'll be or what he'll do. Man, but I just can't with the rookies, man. That's one thing about even though Holmgren hasn't played, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he's a kind of a rookie that has that certain level of expectations. I think for Scoot, even though he's gonna do well, rookie guards struggle in fantasy. It's just like a thing, right? Like rookie guards often struggle in fantasy. So I'm gonna be looking at here, likely just taking the value on Chris Middleton. I think like at this point in the draft, it's something that I'm okay with. I don't know how he'll do with with my man Lillard there. But yeah, it's like I'm looking at Claxton too. I like Claxton getting another big man that's gonna clean up on the board. So I really like Claxton here. Like Wagner, like Jakob Poeltl too, man. I think Jakob Poeltl is tons of value. So for me, I always feel like I would rather, in the situation where I have two players, like I'm looking at Middleton and Wagner right now, right? So let me quickly go big screen on this. So yeah, I have two players that I'm really looking at that very similar value in terms of projections and rankings and stuff. For me, I always look at upside, like who's a younger guy and who can get better. Chris Middleton, we know what to get. So for me, I'm gonna take the younger guy here. I'm gonna just like bite the bullet and say like I'm drafting a daggone dynasty team of young players, but Franz Wagner is not new to the league and has shown and proven that he contributes on a high level. And arguably, and this might be a hot take, get ready for it, he might be the best player on the Orlando Magic. I'm just saying, especially for fantasy. I know Paolo Banchero, he just came off the Rookie of the Year. We like him. He's good, especially for points leagues. But Franz Wagner, come on, ma. He's putting in work. He's putting in work in every category. I'm drafting Franz Wagner. So back to the recap. After Austin Reeves, we had Jalen Green, Jarrett Allen, Anthony Simons, and I grabbed Franz Wagner. Next up, I'm going to be looking at Nick Claxton or Rudy Gobert. Again, this is a similar situation where you got two guys who are, OG Anunoby. Oh no, OG Anunoby. It might be OG. Yeah. I might just have to go OG Anunoby. Yeah. Oh, if OG's there, I'm grabbing OG. The thing of OG Anunoby is so good for fantasy. You know what? OG Anunoby is so good for fantasy, but people be fronting on him just because he doesn't have like the household name value. Fred VanVleet gone out of town. So like one of their biggest pieces of their offense is gone. People talking about Scotty Barnes. What they need to be talking about is OG Anunoby. I'm gonna grab OG if he's here. Like I like John Collins here. I like Rudy. I like Nick Claxton here. All of that. But for me, in fantasy, especially once ESPN adjusts these positions, like those wings typically play small forward, shooting guard, or small forward and power forward. So you're gonna get multiple positions. Like I really like OG here. I'm pretty confident he's gonna fall to me too. So I'm gonna grab me some OG Anunoby. And this is a longer draft, guys. This is not a 13 round draft. This is a 16 round draft. So you better buckle up. We're gonna be on for a while. And again, if you guys have suggestions on who you think I should draft, y'all pull up and say something. Speak up. Like I know we got people up in here. Like don't hesitate. If you see somebody you think I should take, I will be open. Oh, shish kebabs. He took OG Anunoby. He watching. There's no way. That's Trayvon, right? Trey ain't messing with you, man. He grabbed OG. I'm sick to my stomach about that. Man, that makes me mad. Oh, it's part of the game, man. So I'm gonna look at Nick Claxton here. Let me just do a little scroll patrol before I go jump out the window on that one. Man, that one makes me sad. Yaka Pirtle, I'm also interested in. Jalen Williams, I know he had a great finish of the year last year, but man, that OG Anunoby joint hit me in the heart, man. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. I'm not happy. I am not happy. Shoot, makes me mad as heck. Rudy Gobert, no, it's Nick Claxton, but man, I'm not happy about it at all. Shoot. Scoot is there. Jalen is there. I talked about Russell Westbrook. I'm good on Russell Westbrook. I only got one center. Like Nick Claxton, he put up crazy Jaren Jackson Jr. numbers. I'm just gonna grab Nick Claxton, man. But touche, my guy. You grab that OG. I pray that you listening and watching, because if you just drafted you, I got some problems this season. If I got somebody that's willing to take the leap and grab OG Anunoby, you know what I'm saying? So I think that that is a dangerous scenario for me to be in. A dangerous, quite dangerous scenario. I want to let you guys know also, this episode is brought to you by the Fantasy Sports Shop on Etsy. Grab your exclusive, check it out, exclusive, check it out, Fantasy Sports swag today. If you have ideas for our next drop, let us know in the comment section of this episode, wherever you're listening or watching. Also, we're going to be giving away a free shirt starting next month. This month, we're actually giving away something else, and I'll share that with you guys after I talk about the shirts. But if you want to grab a shirt, go ahead and go to bit.ly/the Fantasy Sports Shop. That's bit.ly, the Fantasy Sports Shop, and you can check out what we have. We got a bunch of dope tees, and if you have ideas for the next drop, please drop it in the comments. The other thing I wanted to talk about is our free rookie card giveaway. So to celebrate the new NBA season, we're giving away this Josh Giddey rookie card, a graded SGC 10 rookie card with a patch. It's going to be worth probably millions of dollars one day if this guy can continue to be as great as he is. And of course, if I'm giving away something, I got to go with my man, Cade Cunningham. We got a Cade Cunningham rookie card. We'll also be giving away right when the NBA season starts. To enter to win the rookie cards, guys, it's a little different than what we've done. You need to go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review on our show, the Believe in Fantasy Basketball podcast. If you leave a review there, you will be entered in to win. We'll be randomly selecting 2 people to win these 2 cards. And I think if we have a really good turnout, I might even give a third place prize and pull out another card. So we want to make sure we don't just give you gifts that you can wear, which is cool. We also want to give you gifts that might be worth millions of dollars one day. Just saying. Who knows? Giddey might be the GOAT. Let's get back to the draft. Hope my pick didn't come up, and we'll do a quick recap. So after Franz Wagner, we had OG Anunoby, John Collins. I grabbed Nick Claxton. Then we had Keldon Johnson, and then Chris Middleton. Not that much movement. I'm going to have a quick sip of this drink. I am on the clock in the next 14 picks. Let's see how much time. How long have we been online here, yo? Like, this joint is we at 59 minutes. Yo, this is wild, yo. This is gonna be this is gonna be the longest show of the season. Oh my goodness. Please, if you with me, drop a 1. Drop a 1 in the chat if you with me. If you're gonna ride out all the way, because we only halfway point, so this might be a 2-hour live stream. Holy guacamole chips. So after Chris Middleton, we had Klay Thompson, who I am out on in fantasy. Like, I'm really not messing with him. Nope. Where they do that at? I don't want anything to do with Klay Thompson. Not in fantasy. Not somebody I have great interest in. Jalen Williams off the board. Scoot Henderson off the board. Yaka Pirtle off the board. All 3 players I would be interested in. Interested in those guys. I have yet to draft a shooting guard, but I am confident that ESPN will be offering some, positional eligibility for some of these players, some extended, expanded positional availability for these guys. So, hey, you just got to be patient. I know people are worried, like, what the heck? What am I going to do? And, a lot of people are out on ESPN. Like, I get it. This league started on ESPN, so we've kept it here. And, all of our history is here, like all of our banners and our trophies. Like, so we're not going to really move this. But if you're starting a new league, I think you want to look at Fantrax. You want to look at Yahoo. You can consider ESPN, especially if you are already playing fantasy football on ESPN. That's something that people ask me, "Hey, Robin, well, where do you think I should start my league or host my league? I'm starting a league." Yeah. What I say is, if you're playing fantasy football, use the platform that you play fantasy football on, because it just simplifies the process. You're not like switching apps. Like, I got a league in Yahoo, I got a league in ESPN, I got a league in Fantrax. So I'm in that mess, and I know how it feels, and I know how it impacts my experience as a fantasy basketball manager. So for me, I don't really like that. I like being in multiple leagues, but I don't like moving from app to app. So if you play football, fantasy football, I would recommend using the platform that you use for fantasy football. And if you really want to get funky, fresh, and fancy, you could start migrating your leagues over to one place if you have fantasy football leagues in multiple spaces. Like, that's ideal, right? If your league is up for that kind of stuff, but most people aren't. You're comfortable with what you've been doing. You don't want to be like out here like asking 12 people, "Hey guys, you guys want to take the fantasy football team over to Fantrax?" They're like, "What is Fantrax? Like, what's wrong with you? Were you listening to Robin again? Like, stop listening to that guy. He's gonna like have us doing all of this complicated stuff." Well, actually, I'm trying to make your life easier, trying to have some kind of flow, be efficient. But hey, you know how it is. After Jakob Pertl, we have Russell Westbrook, like that pick, Tyus Jones, Keegan Murray, Tyler Hero, Tobias Harris, D'Angelo Russell, Marcus Smart. I am off on most of those guys. I'm not messing with Hero. I do think he's going to have a decent season. Another person that I just been burned by, and I take it personally. I don't mess with you, Tyler Hero. Tobias Harris has just been declining year to year in terms of his fantasy relevance. People are looking at him like, look, he's going in the ninth round in a 10-man league, man. D'Angelo Russell, another one. Even though he does provide some value here and there, he's wildly inconsistent. Too many ups and downs. It's like a dad going Six Flags roller coaster. I want nothing to do with D'Angelo Russell. Nothing. Marcus Smart, I don't know what to expect in Memphis, so I'm staying away from him. Jonas Valanciunas will always be one of my fantasy go-tos. I like Jonas Valanciunas, but over the last couple of years, he's definitely declined as somebody I'm kind of raising an eyebrow when it comes to drafting him. Clint Capella, I like him if I can stack him with Onyeka Okongwu, because I think when Clint Capella plays, he's that guy. He's going to give you blocks, rebounds, like all of that. He's pouring in the stats. But I think Onyeka Okongwu is like, he's knocking at the door to take over that spot. So because of that, if I had them both, I feel like I have like a handcuff in fantasy basketball, similar to what we do in fantasy football. But again, just another situation where why would I want the headache? Like, I'm not going to sit out here and be like, okay, I got it. Let me draft Capella, and then if Capella goes down or gets traded, I'll get Onyeka Okongwu. Yeah, that'll do it. It's just too much work. Like, why am I sitting? Why would I do all of that? Why don't I just draft Gobert? And I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Why don't I draft Chris Paul? I'll be okay. Why don't I draft Dan Gafford? You know what I'm saying? I'm just not for the headaches, y'all. And that's something that in past seasons I've learned to kind of develop this. It takes discipline, though. When you want to have, you can swing for the fences, yo. I just don't swing for the fences early in drafts. Like swinging for the fences on Morant, swinging for the fences on Harden, although it's still value for you. I'm not about to be out here in these streets like drafting these guys in the middle rounds and then getting burned. So for me, I like safe picks. I think although Chris Paul has some injury concerns, for me, in the ninth round in a 10-man league, If I could snatch Chris Paul, in 20 minutes, Chris Paul will provide way higher. Like, it's going to be way higher than the 89th pick. He's going to be somewhere maybe in the 70s. So if I can get around a value, maybe even 60s, depending on how, like, I don't know what his role is going to be, but like, I'm okay with that. Like, yeah, I like Chris Paul better than I like Klay Thompson. Hey, in real life and in fantasy. So for me, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll draft Chris to the Paul CP3. Let's go. I'm not mad at that. Let's get back to the recap. Oh, it's not much of a recap. We had Clint Capella, Rudy Gobert, and then Chris Paul. So now I'm going to be looking for my next pick. I like Dan Gafford. I feel like that might be early for old Dano, but I'm not against it. Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, Onyeka Okongwu. Might not grab Onyeka Okongwu. Not sure. I like him, and I think that he's going to be super valuable. Not sure if I'm going to draft him there. I like Devin Vassell a lot, a whole bunch, a lot. Amen Thompson, Markelle Fultz, I think that's reaching a little too far. So let me take a look here. I haven't secured a proper shooting guard yet. Terry Rozier, I think there's tons of value in grabbing him at the 92nd pick. I'm not crazy about him at all. And this draft, I feel like I don't want to make any picks that I'm grabbing people that I'm not excited about picking. I think far too often in drafts, because of people dropping, value being straight in your face, like up front, close, and personal, you like, oh, well, he fell that far. I got to grab him. And I have to do that in a lot of my drafts. This draft is different. This is like my homies. This is my peoples. Like, I know what I'm going to get. I know what to expect. And for me, grabbing Terry Rozier would just throw off the woosah in my daggone team. The vibes will be off. Ooh, we had a Ben Simmons sighting, 9th round. Yo, that is the earliest I've seen you, man. I love that. I love that he went that early. I really, I could bang with that. See, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. So, again, some of the guys I'm excited about drafting would definitely be people like Dan Gafford, somebody like Brandon Miller, maybe. I'm not too crazy about Brandon Miller. But if I had to take a two guard in Charlotte, I would take Rozier. So I'm going to just stay clear of both of those guys. I do like Mark Williams here. I do like Jabari Smith Jr. I do like Devin Vassell, Markelle Fultz, Amen Thompson. Oh, Miles Bridges. Yeah, so I'm not going to grab every Hornet player, but I got to grab one or two. So I already got LaMelo. If I had to pick, I would grab LaMelo and Miles Bridges. So I think for me here, I prefer to have Miles Bridges. I know it's a bit of a reach. Where's my cue? Because I cannot find that joker. Where is my cue? Let me go over here. Let me check this out. So, yeah, Miles Bridges is going at 142, they say. Dan Gafford, yeah. So for me here at this round, this is where, again, later in drafts, I always like to swing for the fences, right? So I have 7 picks left. I haven't grabbed any of the Thompson twins. I'm going to grab a Thompson twin on his next 2 picks, and I'm going to grab Miles Bridges. So I feel like, I don't know if people are checking for Miles Bridges. So I'm going to go ahead and just sneak grab him right now. Because, again, people are sleeping on him because he's been out of the league for a year. He, slapped up his lady. He had a bad run. He made some mistakes or whatever it is. And now he's trying to make his comeback and get his money. If he gets on the court this year, this is when you talk about risk versus reward, if he gets on the court this year and he is healthy, he's going to be balling for his life. So for that reason, another person I'm excited about drafting is Miles Bridges. Now, next up, on the next round, I don't think the Thompson twins are going to make it back to me. No. I don't think they're gonna take. I don't think they're gonna make it back to me. I don't think they're gonna make it back. No, that's not it. That's not it. They're not gonna make it back. I think I could try, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know if the Thompson twins gonna make it back to me. I'm optimistic, but man, it don't look good. It don't look good. So let's go ahead and look at the recap. We got Ben Simmons, Nurkic, and then I grabbed Miles Bridges. Yeah. Amin, I would like one or both of the Thompson twins. If they do fall way down to me, which I doubt, but I'm hopeful in this kind of a scenario, then I would be looking at grabbing both of them. And in these later rounds, I keep talking about it. We got to swing for the fences, y'all. You can't play it safe. So my man grabbing Ben Simmons with his ninth round pick, I think that's swinging for the fences. A little early, but still, it's a 10-man league. So what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be tons of value. We do extend the roster a little bit, you know what I'm saying, beyond the default on ESPN because of that, because it's a 10-man league. But even still, like Ben Simmons, like people are sleeping on Ben Simmons. But if Ben Simmons' upside is anywhere close to what he was when he was in Philly, man, your man is going to have a championship squad, like straight cheese, butter roll from the corner store, chopped cheese. I'm just saying, it's going to be something to see. I'm keeping a stack. Highlight Factory was good. Highlight Factory says, I think Clay returns a little back to form this year. I don't know about that, Highlight Factory. I'm like, I want to believe in Clay. I like Clay. I just don't know if it's going to happen for fantasy. So for that reason, I'm out in my best Shark Tank voice. I'm sorry. I cannot. After Miles Bridges, we had Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Clarkson, who I like this year, but not crazy about. Jeremy Grant, have some concerns, even though if he plays with this team, he'll produce on a similar level that he did last year. If he's moved, his value could decrease substantially. So we'll see what happens. Wendell Carter Jr., not crazy about him. Kevin Huerter, not crazy about him, but all great picks. Bobby Portis, also decent pick, not crazy about it. Love the Terry Rozier pick. If I had to pick which Hornets players I was going to put on my team, I would rather just have Miles Bridges and LaMelo. I don't know if I would have wanted Rozier, and I got to get Brandon Miller, and I got to get Mark Williams. It's just like I like the Hornets, but I don't like them that much. Like, I cannot. I'm going to have to start digging deeper, though, because some of the guys. Ooh, I love those back-to-back picks by the boss man. He grabbed Dan Gafford and Mark Williams. Man, he ate up my queue on that one. But again, I don't want to fill my whole roster up with all Hornets players. What happens is, in my history in fantasy, the times where I took like 3 players from the same team, it just always came back to bite me in the butt. So I kind of stay away from that. You know, I try to not put myself in that position. But it's something I'm not mad at. You never know who's going to get hurt, what's going to happen. You know, fantasy can be unpredictable. So let me add some other guys to my queue. I'm gonna put Michael Porter Jr. in there. I'm not crazy about him, but I'll take him. Josh Hart is another guy. Not crazy about him, but I'll take him. Robert Williams III. It's kind of a mystery play. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, so I'll be interested in trying that out. Jalen Duren, like the young man. Kelly Oubre Jr., nah. Mitchell Robinson, yes. Tari Eason, yes. Herb Jones, oh, did we have Trey Murphy already? Somebody dropped Trey Murphy? That's somebody I would definitely sit in my IR for a couple of weeks. Like, I'm not looking to grab John Morant to hold him in my IR and then he gets injured again or makes some bonehead decision, squandering his blessings on IG Live, doing something ridiculous. So that's why I would fade him. But somebody like Trey Murphy Jr., man, he's like, my man Dan Titus calls him a poor man's Mikal Bridges. Ooh. And who wouldn't want that on a fantasy squad? So for me, if I could grab someone like Trey Murphy, throw him in the queue, throw him in the IR, let him rest out for a couple of weeks. Then he pulls up later. It looks like I have a chance to grab the Thompson twins. Ooh, man. We about to go to overtime elite, y'all. Straight up. Y'all ready? Come to Atlanta, y'all. Come to Atlanta. Welcome to my fan. Welcome to Atlanta. Yep, where the players play and we ride on them things like every day. This is it. If I can, I'm about to draft both of the Thompson twins. I am not playing. When I talk about late round swing for the fences upside, this is what I am talking about. I don't know if I'll get them both, but I'm gonna try. My man Yobi Kid 17, what up? He said, if I put my rosters in here, would you rate my team? I don't typically rate teams on a live stream, my guy, but if you drop it in the Discord, you know I got you. I got you. I got you. Actually, if you stick around to the end of the live stream, I'll do that for you. Put it up and I'll give you a rating. What am I talking about? I want to serve. So I'm up. Holy guacamole chips. Ho. I'm about to grab them in. Hey, man. I'm about to grab one of the Thompson twins. Let's go. Got my first Thompson twin. Yes. Cha-ching. Got my first Thompson twin. And I got my first shooting guard. What do you know? And look, Brandon Miller, I like Brandon Miller. I'm not high on Brandon Miller. I'm high on the Thompson twins, yo. I am super high on the Thompson twins. This is it. I'm going for Asar next. Then I got the Tom. Oh my God, this draft is, yo, I talk about it all the time. I don't know if you guys saw the episode that I did with Adam King, and I was telling him that when you draft a team, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but after you finish drafting a team, you have your phone and you're finished, and that night you're like looking at the app. You're like looking at the app, like, oh my God, like and then it's like a newborn baby. You're like, oh, I got my newborn baby. Like that's how I look at my fantasy teams, yo. I be looking at my fantasy teams like they freaking newborn babies. I'm just saying, like that's like, listen, I love my son. I love my daughter, like more than my fantasy teams. But my fantasy teams give me that same feeling of coming home from the hospital after the draft. Got my baby. I'm just saying, like that's how I gets down with this. I does this, yo, all day, every day, and tomorrow. So my man Goat is up. If I knew any, man, I hope he don't grab Asar. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach if he grabs Asar. I'm gonna literally throw up in my mouth a little bit if he grabs Asar and separates those boys. Man, hold up. Let me go big screen on this. How could you do that? How could you do that to those children? Separate those children from each other. They're bad enough they're not on the same team in real life. They've been playing together since they were babies, man. And now you're going to take Asar away from his brother Amin in fantasy. They have a chance to live together on my team. Let's see what he does. He grabs Kuminga. Oh yeah, you grab Kuminga. You grab Kuminga, my guy. You grab yourself some Kuminga. You grab yourself some Kuminga. I am about to unite two mighty forces, and I'm going to predict it right now in real time that these two young men will definitely be in the running, in the race, and upset Victor Wembanyama for Rookie of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the squad, Asar Thompson. Bang. Oh, baby. Let me just go look at my team real quick. Let me get real with y'all for a minute. So we got LaMelo Ball. Yes. Asar Thompson. Maybe. Just because he's a rookie. KD. Yes. Mobley. Yes. Kessler. Yes. Cunningham. Yes. Holmgren. Yes. Wagner. Yes. Claxton. Yes. Paul. Yes. Miles Bridges. Maybe. Need to see how he comes out the gates. And then I got Amin Thompson. Maybe just because he's a rookie. Oh, my goodness. 4 more picks. I'm good. I honestly, I could just auto draft from here. Just lean back. I could just auto draft from here. Feeling good right now. And my guys are like, I want to look at some of my guys' teams. Let me know if you guys want me to do a full breakdown of all the teams, because my man Boss Man, and I know my man Fearless Knight, and of course Kobe Wan Kenobi is crushing it right now. So let's actually do those recaps right now. Let's take a look at. Excuse me. Let me take a look at some of those other teams. So we got Boss Man is crushing it. Let's see what he got. Jalen Brunson, yes. Harden, maybe. Kawhi Leonard, heck to the no. Davis, maybe. Jokic, yes. Emphatic, yes. Drew Holiday, yes. Keaton Murray, maybe. Porzingis, yes. Jones, maybe. Gafford, yes. Williams, yes. Decent team. I'll give you a 4 out of 5 right now. He's not done yet. He has more work to do. This is Fearless Knight. DeJounte Murray, yes. Bain, yes. George, yes. Antetokounmpo, yes. Turner, yes. Van Vliet, yes. Marketing, yes. Westbrook, maybe. Hero, heck to the no, but that's personal. Rozier, yeah, maybe. Devin Vassell, yes. Wow, very good. 4 out of 5. And let's check out Kenobi now. Trey Young, yes. Reeves, maybe. Mikal Bridges, yes. Randall, yes. Embiid, yes. Scoot Henderson, maybe. Ingram, I would have been a yes, but I'm going to go maybe. Barnes, yes. Smart, maybe. Wendell Carter Jr., maybe. Looney, maybe. Man, you guys ain't playing. You guys came for blood. Oh, let me see GOAT because he's cleaning up too. Morant, maybe. Booker, yes. Anunoby, yes. Siakam, yes. Towns, yes. Brown, yes. Collins, yes. Giddey, yes. Simmons, yes. Nurkic, maybe. Smith, maybe. Kuminga, maybe. Very solid. Very solid squad. Very solid squad. Man. Okay. So let me sneak in a quick rating for my man Yo Boy Skid 17. He says 8-man ESPN Points League. Let's get it. Luca, yes. Amin Thompson, maybe. Butler, heck to the no. Triple J, yes. Kessler, yes. LaMelo, yes. Kawhi, heck to the no. Ingram, maybe. Cade, yes. Claxton, yes. Wendell Carter Jr., maybe. Cam Thomas, maybe. Jabari Smith Jr., maybe. Quickly, maybe. Vassell, yes. Pirtle, yes. Any trade target, buy or sells. First of all, really like your squad. I'm going to give you 3 out of 5 GOAT rating on that one. In terms of what I would be trying to move, I don't know about buy low, sell high right now because the season hasn't started. But I was just looking at your roster. I would definitely try to see if you could scrape together an offer for some of those lower tier guys like Wendell Carter Jr., some of those maybes that I dropped, like Wendell Carter, Cam Johnson, Jabari Smith. If you could package some of those guys in for a more, dominant player, a better player, and I would even consider throwing Jimmy Butler in there, you know what I'm saying, as well. Like throw Jimmy and like maybe a piece or two in there and see if you can get another second round guy, somebody like Mitchell, something like that. But overall, great squad. We got Chase Fellas is asking some questions about Brandon Pods or Noah Clowney and Jet Howard in a dynasty league. Yeah, I don't have enough info or data on those guys to make that decision right now. I don't want to give you bad info. If you want to, Chase Fella, hit me on the Discord. Send me a DM in Discord, and I'll do my best to offer you some help there. But I don't feel comfortable just throwing information out. That's how I roll. I like to make sure I got the goods for you. Let's get back to the recap. After I grabbed my second Thompson twin. After I grabbed my second Thompson twin, this is the recap. We had PJ Washington. I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. No, I'm sorry. He's okay. Brook Lopez. That's a good value. To get Brook Lopez in the 12th round in a 10-man league, love it. Malcolm Brogdon, too many question marks. I don't know if he's going to stay where he is right now. I'm out on him. Shaden Sharp, love the upside. TJ McConnell, yes. Jaden Ivey, I hope he doesn't play so Asar can get more minutes. Christian Wood, let's see what happens. Draymond Green, meh. Derek White, I don't know what he's going to be, but I think grabbing him this late is okay. Let me see if I need to add any more guys to my queue. I feel like I got enough to grab 4 more legit picks in my later rounds here, and it's still tons of value in a 10-man league. That's it's like pretty much it's almost like being in an all-star game. Like you could literally have a whole squad of like decent players. You don't really, and the waiver wire can still be rich. But when you have a 10-man league or anything less than a 12-man league, you want to make sure that you add some additional roster spots. And that's what we've done here. So we have 16 roster slots with also some IL spots. So we can, throw some people in the IR if we need to. I think Trey Murphy is gonna go off the board soon. If I don't grab him, so I'm gonna be looking at him. Let me look at the current construction of my roster to see if I have any positional needs right now. I feel okay with bigs. I got 2 centers, couple power forwards, 3 power forwards. It looks pretty balanced so far. I might just try to stack up on some more wings here, but I love the direction of the team right now. I'm about to be up to pick soon, so I'm going to be looking at if a Kongwu is still here. That's tons of value. Markel Fultz is somebody I'm pretty high on this season, and I haven't drafted him yet this season. Zach Collins is another one. And of course, I talked about Trey Murphy a little earlier on. There's another young man. Man, what's his name? The guy from Miami that I really like. Let me just search Miami. I don't want to jack up his name. What's his name? Jamie Jaquez. Oh my God. I really am crazy about that dude. I grabbed Jovic last year. He didn't do much. I grabbed him with that last pick. Jamie's like my last pick guy because, man, I saw him in Summer League. He was insane. Like, he was so good. It was like, I think he's an older player, too. He's an older rookie. I think he might be like 21 or 22 years old. So he has a little bit of like more man strength. So he is somebody you really want to keep an eye on. So it's coming. I'm coming up to my pick. Onyeka Okongwu's off the board. I think I'm going to grab Markel Fultz here, and then I'm going to try to get Zach Collins on the turn. I think I'm going to try to get Markel Fultz and then grab Zach Collins on the turn. And then on my next 2 picks, I'll try to get Trey Murphy and maybe Jamie Jaquez or Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, because that would be great, because I think Herb Jones is going to get a lot of the minutes that are left with Trey Murphy out. But let's go ahead and grab Markel Fultz. Robert Williams looks interesting too, though, man. I think even in a backup role to DeAndre Ayton, he has tons of value. And I don't know what their lineup is going to look like, honestly. Like they could try to make some creative stuff happen to get both of those guys in the game together, doing a twin tower deal. But I really doubt that. I think that Williams will likely serve as Ayton's backup, and in that role will still be able to put up tons and tons of value. But I don't know if I want to mess with him. Definitely know I'm going to take Fultz if he's available. And then for that second pick, looking at Zach Collins, but that's, I think I would like to get more guards and wings, actually. So I'll go for Markel Fultz if he's still available. Robert Williams is off the board, so that makes it easy for me there. Tariq Eason is somebody I'm interested in. Herb Jones. Yeah, it's scary hours down here, man. Like, honestly, this is like, downtown Brooklyn at 3 a.m. It's ugly out here. You know what I'm saying? Cop cars is nowhere to be found. Suspect characters in the shadows just looking at you. There's nothing nice is happening right now. So I think because of that, I'll grab Markel here. Boom. And then I think with the next pick, I might just run out with Trey Murphy right now. Just get out the door with him right now, because we have some sharks in here with the Fearless Knight and Boss Man that I fear that he won't be there when I come back around. And I don't have any like stash type player, in my on my squad yet. And in terms of Trey Murphy, just want to see, do they have his timeline here? No, they don't have anything on his timeline of when he's going to return. But he's going to be out, and he's somebody that I'm interested in holding until he gets healthy. And we have spots to spare. So I'm looking at him out the corner of my eye, but there's still people here that I could actually use right now. So it's enough talent on the waiver wire to make sure that I get the guys that I want. So I think my heart and mind is telling me that you want to get your guy. And Trey Murphy, although he is injured, is one of my guys. So we talk about swinging for the fences. This is a swing for the fence. I'm passing on Zach Collins, Jalen Duren, Mitch Robinson, Tariq Eason, who is another player I'm looking at in a lot of areas. But with me already having a piece of that backcourt or a piece of the Houston, young stars or young players, I should say, I think I might hold on Eason and look at Trey Murphy here. So let's see what the GOAT does. I know he's not going to grab Trey Murphy. If he does that, like he's definitely watching this live. There's no way that somebody's going to be going down to the 205 pick, to 205th pick when they're up at the 130th pick. It's just not going to happen. So let's see what we got here. He grabs Dylan Brooks. Oh, I'll take that. You can do that all day, every day. I'm good. I'm gonna grab Trey Murphy and just get out of Dodge with that. Put him in the stash. And now with my last two picks, because I'm gonna be streaming, and this is something you want to be mindful of. Those last two picks, because when you're building your roster, people look at their roster from top to bottom most times. However, you almost want to cut your team off at the knees. And what I mean by that is the head is like your first, second round down to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. Like now if you in a 13 roster, format, or even 16, whatever it is, once you get down to your knees and your ankles, you're looking at like your 14th round pick, your 13th round pick, 12th round pick. Those guys will be disposable guys. Those are going to be guys that we're going to have to use those spots for streaming. You have to. You know what I'm saying? If you're playing in a basic fantasy sports fantasy basketball format, you have to stream in order to like compete, especially if you're playing against experienced players, right? So don't get too hung up on like, oh my God, I didn't get Tariq Eason, I didn't get this one. Like you swing for the fences on those, because chances are at some point in the season, those players are not even going to be on your team. So just be really, really mindful of that. Then we got another question. My man says, should I try to, that's Yobi Skids. He says, should I try to trade Butler and Kawhi for someone? I would definitely try to trade Kawhi and Butler for someone. Anyone. What? What? Who said what? Michael Beasley's coming out of retirement? I'm joking. I wouldn't trade them for Michael Beasley. But I would trade them for Giannis. I would package them bad boys up. Shoot. Yeah, I would package Kawhi and Trey and Butler for most first round guys. SGA, Halliburton, Jokic, Luka, Embiid. Do it. Heck yeah. I love that. Let's get back to the recap. After Draymond Green, we had Derek White, Kelly Oubre Jr., Brandon Miller, Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, Royce O'Neal, Onyeka Okongwu, Robert Williams III, Markelle Fultz, Dylan Brooks, Stevie Adams. I grabbed Trey Murphy III, Karis LeVert, Colin Sexton. And there's still tons of value here. Like, guys are like, shoot. Like, if I can get them on my next two picks, I'm probably going to get Zach Collins and Tariq Eason. Maybe even Herb Jones. Maybe even Herb Jones. Jamie is going to be there. Like, nobody's going to be looking for him and, like, stashing him. Nobody's doing that. But what I could do is look and see if there are any other notable injured players who are out, like Brandon Clark. No. Anyone else? And then what I'll do is I'll go back later and I can grab Jamie or one of those other guys off of the. Am I saying his name right? I hope I am. Sorry. Don't want to jack up your name, dude. After Colin Sexton, we have Mitchell Robinson, Jarrett Vanderbilt, Nas Reed, and Zubac. So yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can grab me even some Jalen Duren here. Like, I like Jalen Duren. I like Zach Collins. I'm okay to grab a few more bigs. I right now only have two centers, so I'm okay with grabbing a couple more bigs to kind of round out the rest of my team. Also interested in Eason, so we'll see what happens when we get there, but we'll be up pretty soon. Bojan Bogdanovic is off the board, and then we have Emmanuel Quickly. Bruce Brown is off the board as well. I'm going to be up in 7 picks. Should be here pretty soon, and then we'll be closing out of the longest live stream of the season. But we got to keep it cooking. CJ says, can you rank these three, deciding on who to keep? Porzingis, Poole, or Jalen Williams? Ooh, that's good. People are really high on Poole, so I don't want to steer you wrong, right? I am not high on Poole. Many are. So if you're in a points league, I would be looking at Porzingis first, then maybe Poole, then maybe Williams. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my rankings in front of me, but off the top of my dome on this one, I'm pretty confident I would go with Porzingis. Poole, I know a lot of people are high on him. I'm not. I'm just like, I know he's done well when he had the opportunity to be the primary scorer when he was in Golden State, but I need to see it. You know what I'm saying? So when he had guys on the floor with him, he wasn't really that effective. He was pretty good. It wasn't that good, but we'll see what happens. And then we got another question from Yo Boy Skids. He says, "What about Butler and Kawhi for like Tatum?" I'm like, for like, yeah, I would do that. I mean, I would. Some people will be like, "Yo, what are you doing? That's too much." I get it. I would do that. You might want to get another piece with Tatum, but for me, I would be completely fine with that. Especially if you're in an 8-man league, you're going to be able to get some other players. If you can get Tatum for those two injury-prone type resting guys, I would do it. Like, I'm sorry. That's just me, though. So, if yeah, that would be a go for me. After Bruce Brown, we had Dennis Schroeder and Jalen Duren. That's a great pick. Kyle Anderson. So Jalen Duren is not an option for me anymore. Zach Collins is. Tariq Eason is. I think I'm going to grab Tariq Eason just because, I only have one other Houston player in Amin Thompson. And also, I don't know what's going to happen in Houston. Once Ime Udoka gets in there and works with these young guys, there's no telling what the actual rotation is going to look or feel like. And I think that he's a young guy who has tons of upside. So I don't think he's going to be available when I have my pick. But if he is, I'm going to grab him. And we'll see what happens after that. After Jalen Duren, we had Kyle Anderson, and then we had Obi Toppin off the board. Again, make sure you guys don't miss out on this opportunity to grab one of these rookie cards. We got the Cade Cunningham rookie card, and then we also have the Josh Giddey. All you have to do is go to our Apple Podcast page and leave a review. You enter. Simple as that. To confirm that you actually entered, you can also send me an email at believe in fantasy at gmail.com. That's BLEAV in fantasy at gmail.com. CJ says he likes the stream. That's what's up, CJ. I see you, my guy. I see you, my guy. Brett HD says, what's your thoughts on Poole and Dynasty? I'm going to do a whole episode about Poole. I have a pretty dope thumbnail I'm working on for that video. Yeah, man, I have to open my heart. I think that's what it is. I think I have to open my heart and open my mind to the idea that Poole is more than Draymond Green's punching bag. I'm not high on Poole. Many others in the fantasy basketball world are. I am not. He's going before people like Cade Cunningham, which is insane to me. But I could be wrong, and that's the big thing with predicting and giving your, opinion on these things. You could be wrong. So what do I think about him? I think it's a no-fly zone for me. If I had him on a roster, I'd probably be trying to move him for the value that he, has obtained with his move to Washington, because he's way more valuable now than he ever was in Golden State, because people believe he will be the centerpiece to that offense. And I haven't seen it yet. So because I haven't seen it, I can't bet the house on it. So for me, I'd rather take advantage of it and see if, hey, if I could get Poole, I'll throw Poole and something else for Cade Cunningham. If I could do something like that, I'll be down. So I'm kind of not on the Poole train. Not on the Poole train. Tariq Eason is off the board. Shish kebabs. That really chaps my hide. I'm not happy about that one. I am not happy about that one. That grinds my gears. It's okay, though. I'm not going to, it is what it is. So I'm going to be looking at Zach Collins, and maybe I'll grab Herb Jones because, again, I have your man, I got Trey Murphy III in the IR. So me grabbing Herb Jones, I'll get that value from him right now. I just want to do a quick browse to make sure I'm not missing out on some value. Benedict Mathurin, I have some interest in, but I'm not super high on him. He's somebody that might fall into the waiver wire pool. Gary Trent Jr., another one. I got him queued up, but not crazy about him. Not somebody I'm rushing to get on my squad. Zach Collins is somebody I'm kind of high on, so I'm hoping he gets here. I like Jeremy Sohan too, but again, not somebody I'm super high on. Gordon Hayward, I don't want another Charlotte Hornets player near my team. Get out of here. Beat it, my guy. So Zach Collins is available. I'm going to grab Zach Collins, save you guys some misery by talking about it for 2 minutes. And here's my last pick. We made it. Let's see what we got. So Herb Jones is the guy I'm targeting. I'm going to just browse for the next minute or two to see if there's anything that just jumps out to me. Anything interesting that jumps out to me that maybe I overlooked, maybe I didn't pay attention to. Taylor Hendricks, somebody I like. Anthony Black, somebody I like as well. But, for me at this point in the draft, having Herb Jones kind of gives me, I know I'm going to get some consistency there with regard to, the minutes. He's going to get the minutes right now. And I don't know what's up with Zion. If Zion sits out, it's even more minutes for him. So it doesn't look like there's anything too sexy in this realm. So I'm going to just go ahead and round out my team with Herb Jones, which is probably the least, with my last pick, the person I was least interested in drafting. So the draft is complete. Let's go through my roster and we'll rate it officially. So we got LaMelo Ball. Yes. Amin Thompson. Asar Thompson, I'm sorry. Maybe. KD. Yes. Evan Mobley. Yes. Kessler. Yes. Cade. Emphatic. Absolutely. Yes. Holmgren. Yes. Franz Wagner. Yes. Claxton. Yes. Paul. Yes. Miles Bridges. Maybe. I need to see what happens. Amin Thompson. Maybe. He's a rookie. Fultz. Maybe. Trey Murphy. Maybe. Zach. Collins, maybe. Herb Jones, maybe. Really loving what I did with my team. I must admit, I think I did a pretty good job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I'm going to give myself a 4 out of 5 GOAT rating. Woo, that was exciting, man. We was cooking with hot grease out in these streets, man. That's how you do. When you do a almost a 2-hour show, you got to bring it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I got all the guys that I could have ever dreamed of having on my squad. So I'm super hyped about that. Again, if you need help or advice with your fantasy basketball team, drop a comment with your question. I promise I will respond to every single comment. And don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and check out the next episode, you freaking fantasy nerd.